Hi everyone. The other day, somebody came up to me and asked me whether I was angry at them. And that pissed the hell out of me. And I was like, okay, so let's make a video on this. So, have you found yourself in a situation where people came up to you and they were like, oh, are you upset at me? Are you angry? Are you this or that? And it doesn't feel good. It actually annoys you. And if that's the case, then here I'll explain why this happens. Because there's a very good reason why this happens, and it's very important, especially in communication and the way we communicate with other people, especially if we want to have conscious relationships, right? So they came up to me and they asked me whether I was angry at them, right? In that moment, I felt into myself. So because the first reaction that I had was to reassure them. And yet, I felt caged in by their question. I felt limited. I felt like, oh, I want to come out of this. I don't like this question, right? And here is why this is happening. Number one, in the question, it's like, are you angry? The whole focus is on me. Like, it's almost like they don't exist. And it's like, are you angry? If yes, this, and if not, then, everything's okay, right? So it's like they're not taking responsibility for what they're feeling. They're not taking responsibility for why they feel that I am angry, because they're guessing, right, in that moment. It's as if they didn't exist in that moment, and they're putting everything on me, the burden, the responsibility. And so that's why there's this feeling of being caged in, because this is actually quite aggressive. It's an aggressive way of talking, because all is on me, and suddenly I have to do something to get out of it, right? Or I have to reassure that person. It's automatic, right? I need to protect. There is a feeling of needing to protect oneself because all that focus is on me, and I can feel that it's aggressive, right? And again, you have to feel into it. I'm giving you this example so that you can, push the envelope and start really questioning and start really trusting the way you feel and understanding it. So that's the first thing. The second thing is, in that question, there's a limitation. Because in that question, there is this anger. There's the word anger. So I may be feeling something completely different. But that person, again, is closing in. It's caging me in with the word anger. And so I can't have anything else. It's a closed question. And so I feel trapped in that moment. So it's either I tell them that I'm not angry, or I am angry, and even there it feels like I'll be punished, or I shouldn't be angry. And again, all the attention is on me. So that can't feel good, right? So again, that person is not taking responsibility for themselves, for what they're feeling, for what is happening inside of them. They're putting it on me. And second of all, they're limiting my options by saying anger, right? And so automatically, it can't feel good. It really can't feel good, and it shouldn't feel good. Now, if I put myself in that person's place, because I've been there, right? Why would I do that? Why would I go to somebody else and say, are you angry? Why would the word anger come up? Maybe because I made a decision, and so I'm so afraid of making mistakes. Because when I made mistakes in the past, people would get angry at me and I would get punished. And the punishment would be I'm rejected or I'm told that I'm bad. And I don't want that. I'm so scared of that, right? And so I come and I need you to tell me that you're not angry, so I'm reassured, so I'm feeling better, right? And so I'm actually manipulating you in that moment. That would be the reason for me, the biggest reason, you know, this fear of anger, fear of what the other person says, and I feel unsafe with you. I don't think I can open up to you. I don't think I can tell you what is behind the anger or what is behind the need to be reassured. Maybe not the anger, but the need to be reassured, right? Because in that moment, I'm asking you whether you're angry. And for me, it was, I need to be reassured. So what is behind the need to be reassured, right? So I'm not open enough to tell you that. And so this is how it looks like when it comes to unconscious relationships, the unconscious communication. So what to do in that moment? How would it feel better? And for most of us, the first thing would be, I need to go, I need to meditate, I need to be perfect, I need not to be reassured, right? I need to know, I need to be composed at all times, right? Have it all together. But what if that's not really the case? What if there's more to it? What if in that moment, for example, if I need to be reassured in that moment and all this is happening and I'm fretting, so I go to that person, I'm like, are you afraid? I'm sorry, are you scared? Okay? Are you angry at me? Instead of going that way, I can actually go there towards that person, feeling exactly what I'm feeling and being honest. Not going into the solution, which is, okay, tell me that you're not angry so that I feel better, but I go by saying, you know what? I made this decision. I'm not sure how it impacted you. I heard a couple of things here and there, people talking and all that, and I have a feeling that you're angry, and that destabilizes me. I feel fear in this moment. I don't know what to do. I just don't know what to do in this moment. I'm scared I may lose your friendship and all that, you know. And do you see the difference between this and saying, are you angry? How does it feel if I tell you, you know what, I'm scared in this moment. I don't know what to do. I don't know what to say. All these emotions are coming up. How does that feel? Because for me, the way I would react being on the other side is that in that moment, I have the possibility to choose. I am seeing somebody in front of me that is opening themselves up to me. They're not telling me what I'm feeling. They're not telling me what they want, that they need reassurance, whatever it is. They're not holding me captive. But this person is completely opening up to me. And the door is open. And so I can be there or I can go. So I have the choice, right? That was the first thing that I felt, you know, at the first time I heard that, I felt like a captive, caged in. But now when somebody just opens up and says what they're feeling, it's like, oh my God, I can choose to be here or to go. And in my case, I definitely would choose to stay there because I just love that. I love it when people open up. And I can be with that person and then tell them, you know what, yeah, maybe I felt angry because of this and this and that, but it's going to be completely different. And I also love the fact that, for example, in that moment, if that person came up to me and said, you know, I made this decision, but I'm not sure, they're giving themselves the chance to make a mistake. We all make mistakes. It's part of it all. It's part of life. We stumble and fumble, and then we learn, right? We go through ignorance to get to wisdom. You don't get to wisdom without ignorance. It's just not possible. And so by being open, being vulnerable to maybe I made a mistake, I'm not sure, they're actually giving me the freedom to make mistakes and to open up to them and to others. Wow, the freedom to be myself, the freedom to be human, to make mistakes. So that would be another thing that, at least for me, I don't know for you, how would you feel if somebody came up and said that? And I want also to add that it's so beautiful when you can actually follow moment by moment. You can actually trust everything that unfolds moment by moment. So for example, I come up to you and I say, I don't know what is happening. I feel fear. I'm afraid that you're angry at me, or whatever. If I describe that, it's because I'm describing something that is happening in the moment, right? That's my truth. And I'm standing by it. And when I do that, there is a trust in myself, in the moment, in life, that starts becoming stronger and stronger. Because I can assure you that every time you be very open, very vulnerable, and you trust yourself, and you trust yourself to unfold moment by moment as you are, you're trusting yourself. You become strong. You start. It becomes safe to dwell in yourself, to be yourself. You open up to the other, and you're becoming safe to the other, because now that person knows that you are as you are moment by moment. You're not going to come with some manipulative strategy, asking for something when there's something completely different behind. You're not going to come with a hidden agenda, but you're showing up as you are. You are safe with yourself because you start feeling more grounded in you. And so automatically you're letting the other person be more grounded in themselves, be more open, etc., etc. So now I'm rambling. So let me wrap it up. In the moment, as you are with that person, as things unfold, as things happen, start listening to yourself and seeing what is happening. If you feel that you can trust the other person, open up to them. Tell them what is happening in that moment. Don't come from that sense of, I have to have it all figured out, because you don't. Nobody has it all figured out. We've come here to experience ourselves, to know ourselves. So if we have it figured out, then what's the sense being here? What's the sense of experiencing it all, right? So in that moment, just open up, start listening to yourself. Tell the other person, you know what? Something is happening. I have no clue. I don't know. Step into the unknown. Walk on water, right? And open up to the other. And see what happens. See if you can trust yourself. See if you can trust life. See if you can trust the moment as it is. Right? Okay. So if you have any questions or any comments, let me know down below.